Okay guys, welcome to the video. This one is Pokemon Champions and we're just showcasing a team that I've been working on recently. This is my standard Dragapult. I use U-Turn, Protect, Dragon Claw, and Disable because it's faster than pretty much every Pokemon in the game and it doesn't need Prankster to gain priority. So Pokemon that use like Iron Tail or even Dark types that kind of nullify Prankster, our Dragapult is able to get past that. And also it has U-Turn to pivot out and also to hit Dark types as well as Psychic types. And Dragon Claw is a decent attack with its attack stat. So it's pretty much a very fast supporting Pokemon. It allows lots of other Pokemon that you have room for them to not get damaged, especially if they're slower or if there's a super effective attack coming in that your Dragapult can just disable. It's going to be faster than Mega Charizard, Garchomp, even Aerodactyl, pretty much anyone you can think of. Even Gengars or Mega Gengars if they didn't put speed investment in. Next we have our Steelix, which is our main Pokemon, our mascot on the channel. I have experimented with Earthquake as well, even with like Earthworm to support it, or like other flying type Pokemon, but I don't think Steelix really is the best Earthquaker just because too much damage can come back to it while it's Earthquaking and it's not that fast. So if you can put it into a good position to Earthquake, that's great, but I think there are better roles for that. So I think Steelix can come in, bait out a Heat Wave and use Wide Guard, bait out Earthquakes and use Wide Guard, and then Heavy Slam and Body Press would do more than enough damage. Also, like in the sand, it's got Sand Force, which will make Heavy Slam even more powerful, and even Earthquake again if you can set that up. But I have experimented and I thought this was probably the best set with Steelix. I invested some special defense in there, mostly HP and max attack for that Heavy Slam. Camerupt, I think, is one of the most underestimated Pokemon in this format. I think Ground type and Fire type is a great typing. It does have 4 times weakness to water attacks, but it has the ability Solid Rock, which means it reduces super effective damage. And if you want to set it up in the sun, then obviously it will reduce even more damage to water type moves. You can run Heat Wave, you can run Eruption if you can set it up, and it has a good Earth Power stab. I think that ground type special attackers are quite rare in this game. It's definitely good to have. You have Ancient Power for Mega Charizards, of course. Could just replace it with a move like Yawn or anything else that you can throw at it. For me, I use Ancient Power. I'm still experimenting with it, but this has been the go-to set for me. Also, when it Mega Evolves, it gets the ability Sheer Force, which means that Heat Wave and Earth Power and even Ancient Power, being that they have secondary effects, will all disappear and make their moves even more powerful with Mega Camerupt's massive special attack. It really does a lot of damage being their stab moves, except for Ancient Power of course, but it still gets the special attack boost from the Mega. So yeah, it's a really good Pokemon, I think, in this format right now. Skullvillain is something that I'm experimenting with. Before I had Clefable on my team, that's weak to Poison. I don't know if Skullvillain's a good replacement because it's weak to Poison too, but it's Mega. If you can use it, can draw other Pokemon in and then burn them. So that might be useful for this format at the moment. Because I don't have any investment in attack and special attack, it's all in its bulk, and also a little bit in speed because I have Chlorophyll ability still there in case Mega Charizard comes in and brings up the sun. I can still draw my attack first. I've got Super Fang and Energy Ball, and I might put like a fire attack on it later if we're not having that much success of it. And I have Protect as well just to keep it in there. Then we have our Tyranitar. Again, this is my special attack in Tyranitar. Usually has Helping Hand, but I've replaced this with Ice Beam because it can knock out Garchomp in one hit. It could also knock out things like Dragonite. It can also knock out other Pokemon with 4 times weakness to Ice. And I still have Power Gem for the Mega Charizards as well. But I'm thinking of using maybe Thunderbolt to deal with water type Pokemon, as well as like maybe, I don't think Snarl will be the best move at the moment just because there are a lot of Pokemon running competitive ability. That means that when you hit them and lower their stats, they boost their special special attack double. So I'm thinking of using maybe Dark Pulse, but I think that special attack in Tyranitar is good in this format just because there's lots of Intimidators, there's lots of like iron defenses and lots of physically defensive Pokemon. For Regiroth, I just use it just because it has Iron Tail ability, whereas before I was using Reuniclus, and also it's immune to ghost type attacks, which is a little bit better than Reuniclus, even though Reuniclus can resist fighting attacks. So we'll see if Regiroth is actually better, but because of Iron Tail, it means no Fake Out, no priority moves, no Prankster can affect it. It's the first time I've used this Pokemon, but I think it's made the difference somewhat. And also Ally Switch, just because we don't have any Terastallization, so positioning is key. I have lots of Pokemon that are weak to special attacking moves, so having that Ally Switch is useful if you don't want to take the hit on that turn, that you can keep your best Pokemon in there. And Trick Room is just, you can't really disrupt it with anything, so it's pretty much having like a dark type on there to deal with Prankster and stuff like that. And it has a powerful Psychic for Sneaselers as well. What I'm going to do now is we're going to get into some matches, and I'm going to focus more on the teams that are the highest threats in the meta and things to watch out for in like Master Ball and Champions Rank. Okay, our first matchup looks really difficult. We have Mega Floette there, we have Mousehold with the redirection, we have Rotom Wash, we have Garchomp, and we have top threats. So our biggest threat, I think, will be the Rotom Wash. I'm probably gonna use Scovillain to try and get rid of that, but I mean, it seems like a thin chance there. We just need to be able to support that, because I think if we get that one out of the way, then we should be okay, I think. So I think that we're going to bring in Camerupt. Should we bring in Camerupt? Maybe we might need, and we're going to need Scovillain definitely for redirection. We probably might need Wide Guard here with Steelix, as well as Heavy Slam for that Mega Floette. And then we probably bring Tyranitar for the Sand, as well as like Talonflame. And then we're going to need Trick Room, I think. Most definitely. Alright, the match begins. Let's see what we have here. Okay, they lead off with Rotom Wash and Garchomp, and we're going to bring our Trick Room duo, Regiroth and Steelix. So, the first thing we can do, we don't want to take a Hydro Pump. We got to Protect, but I think that the opponent, they might read into that, and they might try and double up on Regiroth. If so, I mean, we have redirection with our Scovillain in the back, but this is the safest play that we got. And our Regiroth is in front with that Iron Tail ability, but they don't have a Fake Out in front as well. I think that was intentional, because I think they do have Sneasler, but they probably put it in the back because they think, okay, we have Regiroth. So they double up into Regiroth. Luckily, we stay alive. Let's not get fully paralyzed. Amazing. Trick Room comes up. So we're in a stronger position, but we still don't have the advantage with the typings on the field. We could Wide Guard with Steelix, but Rotom Wash has a Hydro Pump straight into us. So it's probably best to switch out here. Maybe we should get Scovillain. We should be able to live an Earthquake. I don't know if we can live a Hydro Pump, but it's probably better that we at least try and chip it away with Psychic. Hopefully we're still in KO range with our Energy Ball. It looks like their Garchomp is a Choice Scarf, so they kind of locked into Earthquake there. Down goes Regiroth, but we're in a better position now, because we do have Trick Room up and we do have Energy Ball. The only thing is I didn't invest any special attack into Scovillain, so hopefully we're still powerful enough to KO Rotom Wash. They sometimes can get very bulky. At least we can still chip it away with the Sandstorm there. So with a weak Energy Ball and Sandstorm chip, it might be enough. We can also redirect. We do have Ice Beam for Garchomp, but we're gonna need the White Screen to deal with Garchomp. White Guard, sorry. White Screen. White Screen TV. Okay, so we do get the knockout on the Rotom Wash. That's fantastic because, like, that would have been the problem for, like, the whole game. I don't think crit mattered there on the Scovillain. Okay, Steelix comes in. We're at our last two. Hopefully this is enough to win the match, but it's not the most ideal combination because we're both, like, super weak to water. If they have, like, I don't know, strong water... well, actually, no, their Rotom Wash has already gone down, so... Okay, we are in KO range with this Floette. Doesn't matter if it Megas or not. We have the Sand up, and Mega Steelix has Sand Force, so this Heavy Slam will be even more powerful, like 30% more powerful, as well as we're super heavy compared to that little Floette, and so it's not going to survive a Heavy Slam. And hopefully we can get an Ice Beam into Garchomp, and hopefully that's enough to knock it out with its 4 times weakness. But if any play goes wrong, and our Garchomp goes down, we could be looking at, well, the end of the game for us. Okay, Ice Beam comes out, gets the knockout, which is fantastic. I don't think they saw that coming at all. Funny enough, I don't think Knockoff would have done it if we had like a physical Tyranitar, so there's just so many physically bulky Pokemon in this format. And I also realized there's a lot of Pokemon that run like Earthquake and then their partner is usually a flying type or a levitator, but say if you had something like Gravity, you know, Talonflame, Rotom, Corviknight, all those Pokemon are actually weak to ground. So if you just had something like Gravity and bring them down from the sky, Garchomp could even like KO its own partner. So there we are, Heavy Slam takes it out. They tried to go for a double protect there, and if they got that, that would have been a game changer because that was the last turn of Trick Room. But luckily we got it, and we didn't really want to one-on-one that Talonflame with just Steelix, so if Tyranitar went down, we could have been in trouble. But GG's to my opponent, that was a very tough game. The kind of team that you'd probably see in the higher ranks. Okay, match number 2, and this looks like a pretty scary team. It has Fake Out User, it has Prankster User, it has that Mega Frostlass down there, Incin. Yeah, pretty standard threats, and then Milotic, which is one of my all-time feared Pokemon. Very bulky, uses Recover, uses Life Dew, has competitive ability. What can I use here? I'll probably need a Body Presser. I don't know. I guess, well, we can maybe use Mega Camerupt instead. That can probably go into a lot of Pokemon. We got like the Earth Power there for both Incin as well as Kingambit. We can also use Heat Wave. We can also use Earth Power against Sneasler and Heat Wave against Frostlass. Yeah, so Mega Camerupt looks amazing on this team. We probably need the sand somewhere. Trick Room would be really good as well. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see what this opponent brings first. Okay, Mega Frostlass and Whimsicott. I guess they're gonna go with Tailwind. I'm not sure. I don't know if this was a good matchup to bring against my Camerupt. Already we have the advantage here. We'll try and get the Trick Room first, and because of our ability Iron Tail, they can't use Prankster, which is incredible, really. So it's really the best way to get around Prankster without using a Dark type. And also, like, Whimsicott's Moonblast will be weak against Camerupt. This is why Camerupt is, well, really a underestimated Pokemon in this meta, in my opinion. It just has a massive special attack. It also has really good defenses. It has solid rock ability, so it can take super effective hits better. Okay, Thunder Wave comes out. Massive damage already. Actually, if we Mega'd, we could have knocked them all out. We should have Mega'd. I don't know why I didn't Mega there, actually. But I guess we can Mega on this turn. So we have our Trick Room up, so already we have the advantage, and they can't use Prankster to gain priority because of our Iron Tail, so we're just in a really good position. Hopefully we can sweep with this. But they're probably going to bring in Milotic, which is going to be a problem for the entire team. We're going to keep our Scovillain in the back, I think. That is going to be for the end game. Yeah. That first turn without Megarin kind of cost us big. We could have just knocked them out so fast. Okay, down goes Whimsicott. Kind of powerless, actually, without Prankster. I mean, what can Whimsicott really do? I'm not sure what they want to do with this Frostlass. I think they just want to stay as a double target. Something that has some kind of a threat. They want to kind of distract us from Milotic maybe and just keep chipping away with Blizzard. We'll try and knock out the Frostlass with our Frigidraff since it's still on field. I think they'll probably go for a Scald into our Mega Camerupt, of course. And we've lost our Solid Rock ability. So now we just have Sheer Force. Sheer Force actually makes the Earth Power even stronger because it usually has a secondary effect to lower special defense, but with Sheer Force it takes away that secondary effect and makes it more damaging. And Mega Camerupt's special attack is massive, and also Earth Power is a stab as well. So yeah, like I said, there's just not that many like special attacking ground types, especially ground and fire, which is great in this meta. It's going to be great against Sneasler as well. So it's just a very, very overlooked Pokemon in my opinion. We also have Psychic against Sneasler. They can't use Fake Out because of the Iron Tail ability. So we can use Ally Switch just so that we don't take a super effective Scald into our Camerupt. Then we go for the Earth Power into Sneasler, take it out straight away because it can't Fake Out. Okay, that was great because we hadn't revealed Ally Switch like in a later turn, in a earlier turn, sorry. So that was the first time they saw it, so they couldn't really predict it. We got burned with our Frigidraff. We kind of don't need Frigidraff anymore at this point. I think we've taken down all their Pokemon, so it's just the Milotic on the field. And so we're in a position with Scovillain to use Rage Powder and take it out with Earth Power, and this should take it out finally. Oof, yes, okay. GG's to my opponent. Very valiant efforts there, especially even when they could have just forfeited, but they fought to the end, which I respect totally. And on to the next match. Okay, here's the next match, and it looks like, well, looks like a Side Spam team with the Meowstic and the Espathra, if I said that right. As well as Basculegion and Pelipper. It does have Sneasler, and it has Dragonite as well. What to bring here? Of course, Tyranitar, but then, well, Tyranitar has Pelipper to deal with. Okay, maybe we'll try and get Trick Room up because we can always nullify that Prankster, as well as we can nullify Fake Outs and Aquajets. So yeah, we can use our Camerupt for maybe Earth Power. It's kind of risky, but we do have Ancient Power as well for Dragonites. I just don't know if Steelix can do the job against Dragonite, so we got some pretty strong spread damage as well. And then we use Scovillain to redirect. Okay, next match is up, and let's see what we got. Good luck to my opponent, have fun. They lead off with Espathra as well as Meowstic, so they want to bring up the Psychic Terrain probably and use Side Spam, which is something I haven't really seen much in this format at all, just because there's no Indeedee. What we can do here is we can use Snarl just to keep their special attack modest. Modest is in less than the highest, not like Modest Nature. But we'll bring out the Fridgeraff as well, just to get Trick Room up, because I know that they're relying on the Speed Boost most likely, and Prankster. But they can't use Prankster against our Fridgeraff, so it really has been the difference and the best investment on our team, just that I've never really liked to use conventional Pokemon or conventional cores, just because I think there are so many in the game that you can experiment with and have fun. But Fridgeraff with the Iron Tail has really been the difference here, especially establishing a hard Trick Room team. I know that Espathra is going to rely on Speed Boost, so it's going to use Protect all the time, but now it doesn't really know what to do. Alright, in comes Sneasler, but Sneasler can't use Fake Out. What I'll try and do is I'll try to get another Snarl off, but I'm going to use Ally Switch so that if they target us with a close combat, then they'll go straight into Fridgeraff and Tyranitar stays on the field. Hopefully that will work. Yeah, I think that might be the best play at the moment, just because Tyranitar can't do much else against this duo. Okay. And also, like, say if like Espathra goes into like Baton Pass, then it's gonna have to Baton Pass the special attack drops as well. Low kick, interesting one. Is it a mixed attacker? And in close combat goes into Tyranitar. Oh no, we guessed that wrong, didn't we? And even with that berry that reduces fighting type attacks, it still knocks us out. So that's pretty bad for our team, especially a dark type against their psychics. I guess that's good coverage on their end. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to use our Camerupt. Since we have the Trick Room up, we're just gonna have to power it out. We can knock out Sneasler with Earth Power, or we can just go for that powerful Heat Wave. to be honest, like with Sneasler gone, probably all our threats are gone here. So we just have a sheer force, powered up, Camerupt. Heat Wave takes it out straight away. And Psychic can take out the Esparther, which is amazing. It's crazy how much Iron Tail really disables the opponents, because I mean, normally you'd have like a dark type to get rid of like Prankster, but Iron Tail is just broken. Like, I didn't use this Pokemon at all in Scarlet and Violet, and that was like a matter of years of playing. And it just, this as well as Serena, their abilities just really kill the game. So there'll be no like Aqua Jet. Earth Power takes out Basculegion in one hit, and it was a crit. I don't know if the crit mattered. It probably did matter. But we are rocking like a really high special attack with Sheer Force and Earth Power being a 90 base damage move. As a stab, it's just really underestimated in this meta right now. I think ground types, fire types are really solid in this meta, as well as special attacking ground types. Because you have like stuff like Mega Aggron that pretty much uses the Iron Defense, Body Press, as well as even like Corvid Knights. Lots of Pokemon just rocking that high defense. Basically, what I can say about this team is that it's got some pretty powerful leads. Does need some setup with the Trick Room. I think Breaker Bolt can be good, setting up and using Disable where necessary. The special attack in Tyranitar can sometimes throw people off, especially with like Garchomp's. We might use Thunderbolt to deal with water type Pokemon like Pelipper, but other than that, it's quite solid as it is. I think Dark Pulse might be better than Snarl in some cases. I think in most cases, Snarl is good to hit both Pokemon as well as lower special attack. It's just that with Milotics out there that use the competitive ability that boosts his special attack when its stats are lowered, then you can run into issues with that. Of course, Mega Steelix is always powerful. It just needs protecting, and it needs like Trick Room most likely, or you can use redirections to keep it out of harm's way. And its biggest weakness is special defense. Of course, its defense is very, very solid. Fridgeraff has been clutch for this team, and Scovillain has been good with its role. I did need a grass type Pokemon, so I guess that has solved that issue, just that with the fire type as well, doesn't really resist earthquakes, it's just kind of a neutral hit. So yeah, it's solid as it is. Camerupt is very powerful. Steelix is very powerful. You just need to make sure that you set up those Pokemon, and whether they're really good on the same team or not is up to you guys as well. They'll definitely do a great job with their roles. So thank you guys again for watching, and if you guys enjoyed this video, then think about leaving a like. Subscribe if you're brand new for more, of course, to come, of course. And I still have my Pokemon Fire Red Trainer Tower team. It's finished. I just need to level up and then go straight to the tower as well, so that's always good to follow. Thanks for watching. It's great to have you here, and see you in the next video. Take care and bye for now.